Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel and happy early birthday to those of you celebrating November. This is your November 2020 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I actually decided to take a break from those until early next year, so I just wanted to give you an update there. As far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Then once we get through all those, we actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And that's for the decks being used. On the left side, we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side, we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Also, keep in mind it's just a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy, if you feel more like the cards on the right represent your energy and your energy is on the left side, then definitely trust that. All right? So, with all that out of the way, past energy on your side, we have the Two of Arrows. So this is actually Libra energy here. And what it usually points to is when you're trying to make a decision on something. This can just be saying that you might have even just felt a bit exhausted trying to make a decision on a certain situation. But you may have been getting some signs and possibly some synchronicities, maybe even through your dreams or just in your waking life. You might have just gotten some signs around what to do regarding this connection. But yeah, it looks like there was definitely some indecisiveness and some difficulty trying to make a decision regarding what to do with the connection. Past energy on their side, we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Chalices. So, to me, this could just be saying that they might have been trying different approaches with you to see, if they could gauge your interest. And I feel like, after trying a couple of different approaches, it could just be saying that they might have felt confused as to, all right, well, is Sagittarius into me or what? So there could have been a little bit of confusion there. But it definitely looks like, from what I'm seeing, especially given the Two of Arrows on your side, it looks like they were the ones initiating this connection. Obviously, it looks like they had a lot of passion towards you, probably wanted to actually be in a commitment with you as well. Like I said, it looks like maybe just a state that you were in might have caused them some confusion, wondering, if you were actually interested or not. Present energy on your side, we have the Prince of Staves. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Wands, which is the Sagittarius card. So this could obviously be pointing to your energy. And for one, it looks like it's saying that you're actually a bit more out and about now. But at the same time, what stands out to me is that his body language is pointed away from the cards on this side. So I feel like this is saying you might just still be focused on yourself right now. So you might have just decided to leave the issue behind in the past and not even really give it much thought anymore. So it could just be saying that this is you getting out and about. This is the present position, so it's not necessarily pointing to the fact that your birthday's coming up, but it could be partially related to that too, saying that as we start to get closer to your season, you guys just might feel a bit reinvigorated. Not to mention that the Mars retrograde will finally be ending in the middle of November. So Mars will eventually start to pick up speed, so that might have made you guys feel a little bit down as well. All right. Present position on their side, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Strength card in reverse. So this is Leo energy here, by the way. And this also is Leo energy, so it's possible you guys could be dealing with the Leo, but more than anything, what I'm seeing with these two cards come up in reverse, I feel like it's saying that they're just, giving up fighting for the connection. Like I said, I feel like after that Seven of Cups energy and seeing how you were, seemed to be indecisive, and now it looks like you're just totally focused on yourself and not even paying them any mind. It looks like they're just pretty much giving up for the time being, at the very least. So that's what I'm seeing there. All right, and in the future energy on your side, we have Awakening. So this is the equivalent of the Sun card. So this could definitely be pointing to the fact that, yes, obviously in the future position, as we get closer to the end of November, we will actually have the Sun move into your sign. But in addition to that, it could just be saying that whatever these signs and signals you might have been getting in the past, and maybe you weren't clear on what they were trying to tell you, could just be saying that you have some more certainty around them. Maybe you start to realize what those messages were about. So like I said, maybe you continue to receive synchronicities that might, give you some guidance on how to handle the connection with this person. But this also usually represents just having a more light and playful energy. I do have to say, you guys at the time of recording this have Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. So that could be part of what was causing this disconnect for you as well. Like you might have felt like even if you did want to communicate something, you might not have had the energy to do it or felt like it might not have come out right. So you might have just been a bit more withdrawn. So it could just be pointing to that energy all clearing up and, that helping you get the ball moving forward. All right, future energy on their side. We have the Hierophant, which is the major arcana for Taurus, and Knight of Chalices, which is actually the court card for Pisces. So we were seeing a lot of Leo energy in the present on their side, but here, this could just be pointing to, obviously, the fact that it's saying that I feel like they would want to have a commitment with you. As far as timing goes, it might just say that it might take a while for you guys to get there. This could just be pointing to a timing as far as when we get to Pisces season, for example. So that's still, a few months away, of course, but that could be what it's saying. Or that they might just come forward and make an offer to you regarding being in a commitment. That's another way that could play out as well. I think it'd be a bit of a passionate offer as well with the Knight of Chalices energy. All right, and I do have to say, the bottom of the deck on your side, we have King of Staves, which is actually the court card for Leo. So it could just be saying that you guys might have been going through something that might not have even been directly related to this connection, because if we think about the Prince of Staves representing Sagittarius energy, but then we see the King at the bottom of the deck, it looks like that shows a cycle of growth, right? So, maybe you guys are just going through your own thing and just weren't really putting energy into any relationship, let alone theirs in particular. So could have been what was going on, because what always stands out to me with this particular King of Staves is that all those trees in the background look lifeless, and then if we think about, at least in the northern hemisphere, Leo season would represent, the middle of summer, so you wouldn't expect trees to look like that. So kind of makes me feel like this is just saying that it might have been a long cycle you guys were going through, and now you could just be feeling a bit more comfortable and confident in yourselves at this time. And also we see now the body language is pointing away there. Now it's pointing toward them. So definitely some potential there that you guys could actually move forward with the connection. And the Judgment card is underneath that, which often points to things coming back around from the past. And then the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Queen of Wands, which is Aries energy technically. So a lot of fire energy on their side too. But what stands out to me is we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck on your side, Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck on their side. So looks like a good pairing between the two of you as well. So yeah, it really could have just been that the timing just wasn't right for you guys. You might have just had too much other stuff going on to even really focus on the connection. Like I said, those look like they seem to have lost faith in the present position, but looks like that'll get restored, maybe just by you guys coming back around eventually, once things clear up for you, but that's what I'm seeing there. Alright, so next we'll move on to the Oracle cards. First we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm going to be looking for is just some jumpers. So first I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck, since it's just a general reading. But we'll see if we get anything. Sometimes additional messages will come up. Alright, so like I said, first we're looking for unspoken messages from you to them. Alright, almost had one there, but we'll give it a few more shuffles. All right, nothing coming up there. So see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you now. Nope, got one. Okay, here we go. All right. Honestly, this looks more like this would have resonated with the energy on your side. So I don't know. Like I said, for some of you, this could be energy on this side, and this is the other person. But anyway, this did come out on their side. But it says clingy. It says feeling trapped pushes me away. Please give me some space. I mean, like I said, unless there's something that happened before this that that led to that point, it definitely looked like you guys are the ones who were wanting the space and distance. So I don't know, kind of random that it seems to have come out on their side. Not really seeing where that would play out with their energy, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I said, if it did come out on this side, I'd be like, yeah, it totally makes sense. So I don't know. Hopefully that resonates for some of you though. And then finally, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and just looking for a single card here, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, looks like we got two actually, but we'll read them both. I mean, the main reading went pretty quick anyway, so that's fine. We got two to see. There we go. There's the artwork, and the number is 7. Okay, it says being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The Oracle's message: isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So I do have to say, in the past position, it looks like you might not have been in that type of energy. With the present, given that this is your card, I feel like you're getting there at the very least. And then with the awakening energy, I see you definitely getting there in the future. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. So definitely a pretty interesting message there. And in that regard, that could say that the present energy, especially on their side, if they were the ones who were probably trying to push things a little bit more, that 7 of wands in reverse and strength in reverse might actually be exactly what you guys needed, just a little bit of space to reset, basically, and, not place control over the relationship. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then the next one we have is Between Worlds. There's the artwork, and the number is 3. That definitely makes me think of that 2 of Arrows energy, but we'll see what it says. Okay, it says transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. So I do have to say temporary blindness makes me think of the 2 of Arrows too, because if we think about in the traditional tarot, the 2 of Swords energy, she has the blindfold on, so definitely interesting there, but we'll see what else it says. It says between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Someone had talked about seeing with the curious eyes of a child. That makes me think of how in traditional tarot as well, with the awakening card, that's the sun. And usually in the sun card, we see there's like a child on a horse. So it could just be pointing to that awakening energy for you guys. So like I said, maybe you guys are just going through something totally separate from the connection. And that energy is going to start clearing for you soon. All right, the relationship message says this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So definitely a pretty positive message there with the whole discovery and curiosity thing. That definitely makes me think again of that awakening energy. Um, the Knight of Chalices energy that they have under the Hierophant, that's a bit more of an exploratory type energy as opposed to, admittedly the Hierophant can be a bit more rigid, but then you guys, like I said, you have the King of Staves, the Queen of Staves at the bottom of the deck. So this definitely looks like it's a good connection. Like I said, maybe you guys just had something totally separate from the connection going on and just didn't really have the energy to deal with it. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. Once again, happy early birthday, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.